from the Newsmax studio in New York City, here is Steve Malzberg.
It is a significant game changer of sort of, you have this theme of corporations being people too. It's a huge blow to the Obama administration. This has been an awful 10 days. They were previously found to be in violation of the Fourth Amendment and privacy. Then they were found to be in violation of the separation of powers. And now they've been found to be in violation of the First Amendment and the religion clauses. I mean, you just don't want to get out of bed after a week like that.
Great line from Jonathan Turley. Welcome back. Steve Malzberg with you, and we're joined now by Chris Farrell, Director of Research and Investigation for Judicial Watch. Hello, sir.
How you doing?
I'm well, Chris. Thank you very much. So let's turn to Hobby Lobby first. And you guys at Judicial Watch, you filed an amicus brief, if I'm not mistaken, correct, in favor of Hobby Lobby?
Yes, we did.
Well, congratulations on that. So. You know what the left is doing out there, Chris? They're portraying this as a war against women, a continuation of it, and now women, all of a sudden, they're not going to be able to get almost any health care because of this.
Yeah, it's preposterous. This is the whole notion of tell the big lie and just keep telling it over and over again. In large part, this is an effort to whip up their base. This appeals to the wild-eyed loonies of the left. And it gets them very exercised. But its foundation, it's predicated on a lie.
But what about what Jonathan Turley said? I mean, actually there have been, I believe now by John Fund's count, it's 13 Supreme Court decisions, not even counting Hobby Lobby because that was 5-4, 13 9-0 decisions against this administration since 2012. That is mind-boggling.
It is, and it's really a consequence of the kind of overreach that the administration's been involved in from the beginning, right? So the president promised radical transformation, and he has delivered. The problem is that his socialist notions of how we should be transformed don't line up with the Constitution. And even though people like the great Chief Justice made an incredible error with respect to Obamacare, there are still some places where the reaches, the tentacles of this administration have just gone too far. And even to this court, they've overreached. And so you're starting to see some backlash. You're starting to see the court tell the administration to reel it back in, that we're not quite going to add an extra S to USA.
Right, very good point. And it speaks to abuse of power, which anytime you lose 9-0, you've abused your power. And the latest 9-0, of course, the two cases the other day, NLRB, and something he had nothing to do with, but did support, I believe, and that was the buffer zone around the abortion clinic in Massachusetts. But let's take this forward. One thing this shows, Chris, and it's a little off the beaten path, is just how important winning the presidency is, and I don't think this is discussed enough by conservatives. You may not agree 100% with the candidate who's running in your party, but for crying out loud, it comes down to appointing Supreme Court justices, and God forbid Obama gets to tilt the balance while he's still in there. All bets are off on everything.
Yeah, elections have consequences, and that's why FDR wanted to pack the Supreme Court by adding additional justices to skew the numbers his way. That's an Obama technique. You'd expect that from him, right?
Right.
But this is, you'll notice though, despite this defeat, and it's actually this string of defeats in the court, what did the president do yesterday evening? Went out and again exercised executive authority. Said essentially he's going to grant amnesty his own way. He doesn't care. He's moving ahead. So, I mean, this is a pattern. This is a technique of the left. When delivered a defeat, at the tactical level or even at sort of the operational level, strategically, they double down. They come back again twice as hard in the opposite direction because they want to control the narrative. And so he gets the trump card. He gets the last press briefing at the end of the day, and he essentially says he's going to do whatever he wants when it comes to the border and immigration and amnesty.
Right, but don't worry because he's cleared it with he'll have cleared it with Homeland Security and of course the great Attorney General Eric Holder, who's in contempt of Congress. Let me ask you this: And this is before we get to the IRS scandal and some other things. You've had such great success in the courts in getting documents, et cetera, and over the many years, the wonderful things Judicial Watch has done. What do you think of the chances of John Boehner's lawsuit going forward? A, will it even get anywhere while Obama's still president? And B, will it mean anything? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have lost Chris Farrell. We will try to get him on the phone while we try to hook him up. This is what happens, as amazing as technology is, there's always a chance that you're going to get a flat tire on the road. Your car has all the computers and the tires are for rain and snow and sleet and steel belted, and you run over a piece of glass or a nail and you're pulled over to the side of the road calling AAA. So we're calling AAA right now, television-wise, and we're trying to re-hook up with Chris Farrell. Hopefully we could get him on the phone because I would like to get the latest from him on the IRS scandal and also find out exactly what he thinks of John Boehner's lawsuit. And keep this in mind about John Boehner's lawsuit, because the media attacks the lawsuit, well, either by calling it racist and saying that Boehner and McConnell are saying that Obama's uppity, as Melissa Harris Perry did and Al Sharpton did, or they say, well, what are they suing him for? He has less executive orders than Clinton and Bush, and he made less recess appointments than Clinton and Bush. It's not about that. It's about selective enforcement of the law. So we have Chris back. Chris, sorry about that. So what do you think the chances of any success with the Boehner lawsuit are?
I don't have high regard or high hopes for that. I understand what he's getting at. I understand sort of the political publicity value of it, but I don't know that it is the constitutional means to correct other failures. Do you know what I mean? I think Boehner has arrived at this as a remedy for really a lack of his own leadership. This is a stronger leader who operated more effectively and exercised all the sort of levers of power that are available to the Speaker wouldn't resort to a lawsuit.
Right. Well, let's face it. They have the purse strings. They could cut off funding, which they've never had the guts to do. And
right.
of course, then I'm not calling for it, but then they can impeach the guy.
Of course, or lesser officers, right?
Right.
So they can go after any constitutional officer of the executive. So that means they can knock out department secretaries, the attorney general. There's all sorts of things they could do.
The head of the IRS.
Sure.
Well, let's turn.
They're gutless.
Well, let's turn to the IRS. What's the latest in the email scandal as you see it?
Well, the good news is we have a court hearing on the 10th of July where Congress just kind of sends sharply worded memos back and forth to the IRS.
No, you guys get things done.
We get records and documents, and so the IRS has painted itself into a very dangerous corner. They've made all these public pronouncements to Congress and to others about how, the emails are lost and we can't find them and the hard drive is gone and blah, 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 all of which are laughable at their face. But nonetheless, that's their position. Guess who they haven't told that to? They haven't told that to us or the judge in our lawsuit against them. And so they've been producing reams of paper to us. In fact, this afternoon I just finished reviewing the fifth production of records to us. But in all of their status updates to the judge, not to us, to the judge, they have never once mentioned the loss of any kind of emails or records.
All right, so so these papers you're getting, are these from the alleged lost dates as they have testified to before Congress?
Excellent question. I'm not sure because I don't know. It's not clear to me what they're representing as having been lost. But I just finished reading Lois Lerner's emails this afternoon. I did a long memo on it explaining what was in there and what isn't. And
you have a date offhand?
Yeah, I can tell you July 2012, I was reading emails from her talking about responding to Carl Levin's threatening letters. They were literally or figuratively, they were wetting their pants because Levin said if he didn't get a response back from them, because he sent them 7 threatening letters about going after various things.
Right. So I just want to. We only have
we're going to hold hearings on them.
Chris, we only have a minute. So you're saying the claims made to the Congress by the IRS have not been made to the judge or to you in discovery or in response to your lawsuit requesting emails and documents from the IRS, correct?
Correct.
And you're also saying you read emails from Lois Lerner today, dated July 2012, that they handed over to you, which you think may or may not be from the dates they claimed to Congress they lost?
Correct.
Any way of knowing that for sure?
They've got a real problem. They've got a real problem when they go in front of the judge next week.
Wow. All right, Chris. Well, please come back with us as soon as that that problem becomes more obvious in a court of law. I appreciate you coming on, sir.
Thanks, Steve.
Take care. Chris Farrell, ladies and gentlemen, making some news here. Very, very interesting. So why wouldn't the IRS make that claim in court in response to the request for records and emails from the same time frame and same time period from the same people that the Congress has requested from? And they told the Congress they ain't got them. We'll continue. You know what's next? It's called Gimme 5, and it's right here on the Steve Malzberg Show.